Hey there everyone, time for another vlog, and this is week 2 of me doing the 10% Happier meditation course. So if you haven't seen week 1, go back. It was last week, obviously, because week 2, right? Logically makes sense. Excuse me. Anyway, so for those of you that can do math on weeks, that means that you are aware it's the end of day 8. So what they talked in this one about was that we usually subconsciously want things, and we usually act on those wants, and a lot of times we're not even really aware of it. Again, it comes to the whole awareness thing, right? But he added that into the whole meditation now, to where I'm able to say I'm getting bored or something like that, because it happens in meditation eventually with everybody. I think I said that last week. But, well, what am I wanting out of that? Am I wanting something to happen? Am I wanting less distraction? Figure out what those wants are, why I'm wanting them, and that will help me in that exercise to actually figure out the more prevalent, when I'm not in the middle of meditating, sort of wants that'll make you act on things. But so there's the thing. And that's the end of day 8. So, end of day 9. And they're talking about an interesting thing that, I sort of talk about from time to time, I think. But the whole idea that nothing's permanent, things change, right? It's a part of humanity that we tend to not like to think about, is that we don't like change whenever things do happen. And we try to grasp onto things for satisfaction, thinking it'll be permanent when really it's not. It doesn't mean that we're not supposed to enjoy things, right? Enjoy that, whatever it happens to be. Just be aware it's temporary, right? And it seems so simple and so head-smackingly duh, right? But, sometimes as human beings, myself included, we forget stuff like that. So, hey. But particularly, it can also be applied to things that aren't pleasant. It's like, well, yeah, this is unpleasant now, but things are going to change at some point, So, that's a positive bit to it, too. Not that the other bit wasn't positive. I think they're both positive. I especially had an interesting exercise on a side note, because I've got a bit of a cough that is still showing up because of my allergies. That's distracting for a meditation, so it was good for me to have that whole cough and then noted in my head, distracting, unpleasant, back to breathing, is that sort of thing. So, just a little extra side note. End of day, I think I said 9, right? I'm starting to lose track. So, end of day 10, and the meditation this time was a training in judging. Dang you being judgy. That's, no, not at all. Because that would be judging about being judging, which was actually one of the things he talked about. Because we make judgment calls every single day, and we don't even really realize it. And it's not necessarily even about judging other people. It might be like, oh, this tastes too sour. Or, I don't know why I picked that. And I just judged myself for doing that. See, that's an example. I just gave you an example. But to be aware of those sorts of things and not let them sort of sway us. Because sometimes we make instant judgment calls, and we don't even really realize that we do them because they're so subconscious. It may not even be anything malicious, it might not be as bad as saying, that person got a bad hairdo, or something like that. But it can be other judgment calls. And those can affect things in specific ways. On a side note, they gave a little teaser about what tomorrow might be about, and I think I might like that one. It's about how, does meditation make you lose your edge or not? They spoiled it and said, no, it shouldn't. But yeah, that'll be something fascinating. But that'll be for day 11, because after all, this is only the end of day 10. So, end of day 11, and as expected, like I said at the end of the last day, they talked about losing your edge or not, which meditation shouldn't make you lose your edge. It's interesting. Meditation doesn't mean that you don't worry about things and stuff like that. There's this analogy that he used at the beginning of Rocky 3. Rocky got so complacent with where he was that the Mr. T character ended up beating him up easily because he got so complacent. That sort of thing. Meditation shouldn't do that. The doctor gave a nice little phrase for it. He said, "Is this useful?" So when we worry about something, it's good to worry about something. It's good to have concerns. But is it useful to have them at the time? Is that, and I'm bad for this, by the way. This kind of hit me a bit right here. You can worry about something, but is it really useful to worry about it for the 50th time? Not really. No, it's just running stuff through our heads again. And I have that problem. Sometimes I will run something through my head so many times it actually becomes, as he put it, counterproductive. So yeah, that's a problem. So yeah, that one kind of hit me right here. And that was the end of day 11. So, end of day 12, and it talked about emotions this time. So, focusing on them, what they feel like, where you feel it in your body, stuff like that. And being able to deal with those emotions, relaxing within the meditation, then it'll help you outside of it deal with those emotions more, like anger, fear, even the positive ones like joy. I've had a lot of joy in this one. A friend of mine gave me some good news, and I was so happy for that person, because I think you guys know me by this point. If someone has any good news, I immediately get so happy for them, I almost can't contain myself. So I had a bit of that creeping into the meditation, so I got to focus, feeling it in my cheeks and sort of lightness and everything. It was nice. It was really nice. But yeah, so emotions, that's what we dealt with this time. And that's the end of day 12. Only got 2 days left. Can you believe it? So, end of day 13. Again in the studio because it's a Friday. So, getting ready for my call with Donovan and Oliver. So, I decided to do it in here, right? Like I did last week. So, they talked about off the cushion, I believe is what they called it, meditation, which is the cutest thing. I loved the way that they put that. How you practice meditation on the cushion, so you can do it off the cushion. So in other words, when you're just sitting there meditating, that's exercise for whenever you're not out there and being mindful of everything. And I think I've said this a bit, but certain pet peeves of mine are starting not to bug me like they used to, because I've been stopping and going, wait, okay, my body's tense. I just need to breathe. Is it useful, I believe, I think I told you about that the other day. But yeah, it's fantastic, and I've only got one more day of training. There's some bonus stuff, though, so I'm not done, but the actual course itself will be done tomorrow. But that's tomorrow, because this is only the end of day 13. End of day 14, and more importantly, end of the course. I made it. I made it all the way through all 14 days of 10% Happier. This one was really a reflection, right, on everything, building it. It was just a normal meditation with all the building blocks, right? Got some tips to carry on and things like that, including I'm still going to do this daily, I think. It's really been helping out. But yeah, holy crap, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks! Some people get that. But yeah, I recommend this. I really do. I will sit out here and put my name on it that I believe in this course. It's changed me in just 2 weeks. And it's put a new practice in my life, and I don't think I'm going to stop it anytime soon. So, with that, that's the end of the course. They still got some bonus material that they put with the course, but it's not actually part of running through it, so I've got to go through that stuff. I'm looking forward to that, but as for the official course, that's the end of day 14, and that's the end of this vlog. If you guys want to find all of the other vlogs, you can go to tscn.tv/vlog, and if you want to find me more personally, you can find me at about.me/labtech7. So, until next time, live your life, and seriously try this, guys. It's awesome. This has been a production of the Samcast Network. tscn.tv. What's your passion?